Hello, Virgo. This is Soul from Intuitive Tarot here to look at your week ahead starting September 1st, 2025, as we are moving into fall season. Anyway, I want to wish all the Virgos who are celebrating their birthday this week a very happy and safe birthday celebration. Welcome any new subscribers to the channel. I appreciate you. Also, deck I am using will be listed in the description box, not reading any reversals. All right, so let's see energy is for Virgo this upcoming week. What is the potential energy that Virgo can expect this upcoming week? All right, here we go, Virgo, with the cut, and we'll begin your messages. Now, if by any chance any cards that show up in the reverse, I just will turn them around and read them in the upright. We're going to start off with the very first card with the Six of Cups for you. Six of Cups is always regarded as going down memory lane, feeling nostalgic, maybe, thinking of childhood memories. It also could be a week for some Virgos that I'm reading for who are memorializing someone that they once knew or they were close to. Now they're over in spirit. The dates that would be associated with that, and this is just my own personal energies, would be involving either their passing date or their birth dates, September 1st through September 7th. Also, too, it could be that this week, people who are, amongst you, still living amongst you, may be thinking about you, okay? People that you may not have seen in a long period of time, family members, friends, maybe somebody that you were linked with romantically. They may reach out to you this week, so don't be surprised if you hear from someone that you haven't heard from in a long period of time. Six of Cups, even number of cups on the emotional side. Energy, what you put out there this week is what you're going to get back in return. Following the Six of Cups, now we have the Wheel of Fortune, Major Arcana, the Wheel of Fortune. So you have luck on your side all week, Virgo. This is the card that is regarded as fate and destiny. Also, too, it's one of the big money cards here. So anything that was unfortunate for you may turn around and become fortunate for you. If you're the risk-taking Virgo and you like to do the gambling and take risks with that, just play responsibly because this is an opportunity for big money to come through. You also could have something occur. You come across something that you're fated and destined, and it was meant just for you. That's always the energy of the Wheel of Fortune. All right, following the Major Arcana of the Wheel of Fortune, now we have the Major Arcana Fearless. Fearless is the Fool. Take that leap of faith, Virgo. Step out there into the unknown. This is always an aspect of some sort of new beginning about to happen or occur for you this week, whether you got anything planned or not. Okay, this is also to seeking some sort of excitement as well as adventures. All right, take those risks. Step out there into the unknown. Let the universe support you in whatever endeavors that you are seeking. Following the Major Arcana of the Wheel of Fortune, now we have the Fallout. Wow. Okay, the Tower is here. Unexpected. But anyway, don't be too alarmed about the Tower. Oftentimes, the Tower just shows up here for other things that could be going on surrounding you, not necessarily energies that are directly, going to affect you or impact you, but it is the aspect of, receiving some sort of shock or devastating news. Okay, earthquakes, could be a part of this energy. Anything involving our weather, anything on the world stage, global stage, anything that you hear, it could be, that type of energy too surrounding your community. I always advise not to get into any types of arguments or fights with anyone because it will not turn out to be very, very pretty. So do not engage with that type of energy. All right, so I don't usually throw clarifiers on the Tower because it's unpredictable. We don't know how it's going to express itself. We just have to wait and see how it unfolds. But you do have two powerful Major Arcanas that precede this Tower that's going to take down the energy of the Tower for you pretty much. Okay, so don't worry too much about this Tower once again. Following the Tower, we have the Four of Cups now. The Four of Cups is in the form of celebrations. That would include those Virgos who are celebrating their birthdays this week. Even number of cups, again, emotionally, what you give is what you're going to get back in return. This is spending good quality time with family members, those people that are closest to you, family members, friends, could be romantic partners, also could be co-workers. And oftentimes I read the Four of Cups is spending that quality time and being together with, family members and friends. Could be eating out at diners or restaurants. Following the Four of Cups here for you, now we have the Ten of Cups. Wow, look at that. Underneath another 10. 2 10s in the reading is very auspicious energy, Virgo. So again, it's in the form of celebrations. This is invites. You can see a couple here. They're obviously getting married or got married. So someone could be getting married here. Ten of Cups is in a group of cards that I say if you receive it in your spread, you may already be receiving that type of energy from those that are closest to you. Again, family members, friends, and romantic partners. I'm already liking the fact that you have the Six of Cups. We started off with the Four of Cups underneath that, and now you have the Ten of Cups. So this is going to be, for some Virgos that I'm reading for, a week of some sort of emotional, usually good emotional stuff in terms of interacting with those people who are closest to you. So this is invites to parties. We're in fall or fall is starting. So it could be that you go to the last barbecue, picnic, that type of energy here, right? Just, engaging and giving love and receiving love from those people that are closest to you, right? Following the Ten of Cups here, now we have the King of Wands. King of Wands with the big heart here is all about focus. So there's, something that you may be focused on this week. Very intense about it, very passionate about it. Usually going after whatever it is that you're focused on. So it could be a new relationship. It could be a job. It could be a creative pursuit or whatever. Now, usually when I use this deck here, the king here who has an instrument, it just could be a Virgo who is into music, likes to listen to music, could be playing musical instruments, could be going to some sort of musical affair or event. All right. Very intense. He's a court card, so he can express himself in a very sexual manner, which is usually pretty positive. Following the King of Wands here for you, Virgo, now we have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is always the type of energy that I read, the people that you have already disconnected yourself from. Now, cross mirrors over there to the Six of Cups, so that's completely different energetically. These are people that you have distanced yourself from. Could be family members, could be friends, definitely ex-romantic partners. Now, it doesn't mean that because it's in your spread that you're still dealing with that energy, but I always say that because it shows up here, there may be some sort of residual lingering energy connected to whoever you disconnected from. Just use your judgment, be discerning if these people reproach you, and just know that they are just going to create more chaos and conflicting energies for you. Take note, it is underneath the Tower, the fallout. Also, if it's not that type of engagement that you experience this week, Virgo, it could be that on a material side, I always read that the material stuff that you thought you lost, put down, forgotten about, misplaced, always comes back in terms of a return. All right. So on top of the Four of Cups in terms of additional messages, now we got the King of Cups. Look at that. See, the King of Cups with it. He has a big heart, just like the King of Wands here. This is the father of all love, representing male energies, of course. So it could be your husband, your boyfriend, could be your father, your grandfather, your uncle, and so forth. Very loving energy here. Always supportive to those that they are closest to. This could also be new relationships being formed. So it could be romantic, definitely, and also platonic friendships. Now, the King of Cups here is in the group of cards along with the Ten of Cups. Again, like I said, if you receive it in your spread, you already may be receiving that type of energy from those people who are near and dear to you, right? Pay attention to your intuitions because he's going to help you along the way if there's anything that you need to process in terms of any actions or decisions. Okay, you always have to go with the first impression that you receive in the gut is the correct answer, the inner voices that you hear. You must distinguish between the voice that you hear in terms of, your ego, deciphering between your ego and the guidance that you hear from, your angels, spirit guides. Okay, there's a big difference. Usually the inner voice that you hear comes through with amount of love, but if it's the ego, then the ego questions itself. So don't be fooled about that. So make sure that you are discerning the voices that you may hear, okay? The inner voices. On top of the 10 of Cups here for you, Virgo, now we have the major arcana, the Chariot. Again, the Chariot is going to take down the energy of that tower. So, like I started off saying, don't worry about this too much, okay? And usually it just comes through here, and most of the times it's usually affecting what's happening outside of you, around you, and stuff like that. So don't worry about that. But anyway, the Chariot is here. So some of you may be traveling this week here, right? If you are, you're going to be safe to and from. You also could be the Virgo that I'm reading for in terms of having to deal with some sort of car repairs, major or minor. And someone could be purchasing a car. It doesn't necessarily have to be a new car. But you have to think in terms of the Chariot being in your spread, because there's two cards that I equate with the Star card, which is another major arcana. So you can look at the energy here, and there's another major arcana in your spread. That would be the Star card. So you get all of that energy, right? Again, the Star card would also take down the energy of the Tower, but because of the equation, the Star card in the Tower in a spread always gives me the indication that, of course, we're going to hear news about someone, very famous passing away. That energy never seems to fail me. And it could be male or female. It could be from any capacity. It could be from sports. It could be from, whether or not they're actors or actresses, someone very well known. Okay. We may hear about that. And it may not just be one, death. It may be a couple deaths that we hear about. So that's what I see here. But also, too, there's a rapid term of energy that is moving towards you, right? Or you're moving towards it. Usually with the Chariot here, it's coming towards you. Okay, I see it's coming towards you. It's very positive. On top of the 10 of Cups, again, the family card. It could be that you're traveling with family, or, just spending that quality time visiting family members, friends. Could be doing anything with romantic partners. All right. Now, because of the Star card's presence, it's not present, but I equate the Star card with the Chariot. You get all of that energy of the Star. Hopes, wishes, and dreams becoming fulfilled and manifested, right? Stargazing this week, dream journaling this week, maybe meeting someone famous this week. When it comes to your own psychic abilities being expanded or developed, that is the energy of the Star, okay? Social media, social networking also comes through. In any types of engagement. On top of the King of Wands here for you, Virgo, we have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is always, she's a great communicator, number one, but she's also capable of gossiping. But usually when the Queen of Swords shows up here, it's usually involving having to execute some sort of decision, which is usually major, or action. All right, she's standing there with that sword ready to strike. So I feel that there's something going on here for Virgo this week, and it doesn't have to be necessarily something serious. So keep that in mind as well. All right, the last card I have for you on top of the 7 of Swords for you, Virgo, is the Ace of Pentacles. Look at that. See, the Ace of Pentacles is showing up here. This is a card. This is another big card. Well, I'm sorry, another card that represents big money for me, like the Wheel of Fortune. So the Ace of Pentacles with the hand out with the pentacle, it's an offering. So it could be a job offer coming up for some Virgos. It could be anything related to business, investments. All right, unlimited amount of earning potential here. Could be seen as some sort of start or improvement with your own financial situations. But also, too, it could also represent what it could be coming towards you. Again, it mirrors over here to the Chariot, so positive energy moving towards you. So it could be money in some way or some fashion coming towards Virgo this week, and that's not a bad thing. All right, so this is what I have for you this week, Virgo. Keep in mind, it's just me interpreting these cards here for you. Take what's going to work for you, leave the rest alone. Also, too, let me throw in here before I close out that the Ace of Pentacles underneath the tower could also represent anything involving any types of businesses collapsing or, falling chapter, or bankruptcy chapter, whatever the chapters are, 13, 11, you could hear about that. It could be some sort of shakeup in our stock market this week. So I did want to throw that in there. But anyway, again, take what's going to work for you, Virgo. Leave the rest alone. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Always come back here to get more of these messages from me. And throwing in an extra word of caution and safety because of the towers present in your spread. But like I said before earlier, do not fear. Do not worry about it too much. I feel that with all the other cards representing protection for you, the major arcanas, the Wheel of Fortune, the Fool, the major arcana, the Chariot. Not to worry too much about that. All right, you guys, be safe. And I'll talk to you real soon. Take care. Bye.